this very short video, I'm going to share with you how to actually restore a messed up branch. So let's say, for instance, you have a workflow like what you have on the screen. You have a main branch where you're going to take to production, and every feature is supposed to come from that particular main branch. So along the line, you created a feature branch you're supposed to fix. You actually committed like about 3,000 lines of code, a whole lot of work, maybe probably like 1 week. Also messed up something. Probably you're trying to clean up some codes and then you messed up a particular portion of that code. You thought you were actually on the right path, but something along the line was just not straight. So considering that the amount of work you've already put into the work and you don't know how to get this back, probably when you're trying to resolve a conflict, basically, which is actually where this actually comes in most of the time. So you're working on a feature, someone else is working on another feature, someone else is working on another feature. At the end of the day, when you actually try to come back and update your own particular branch with what is actually in progress from every other person, then you see that there's a lot of conflict, and at the point where you're trying to resolve the conflict, then you get yourself into this trouble. So let's go ahead and see this in real life. So this is where you are right now. You are stuck, you don't know what to do, but let's get you unstuck right now. So quickly, let's just go into Android Studio. I'm going to show you just a temporary project, just like a normal basic project you have when you start up your Flutter application. So right here, I have this branch called master. I'm going to go ahead and probably just rename it to main so that it looks like what we saw on the sticker note. So currently we're on the main branch, and we're going to create a new branch. I'm going to do everything strictly using Android Studio so that you can actually understand how to do that. So if you already know how to do those things in commands, we can actually do that. You can do that on your own, but strictly this video is about how to do all these stuffs in Android Studio, right? So our checkout, our commit, and everything is going to be happening on Android Studio. And now, because I already have this branch set up, so in case if you created a new Flutter project and you don't have Git initialized, then normally you can just come to this place and you will see a Git option here. All right. So, but because I already initialized Git, so you can see I have other just options for me to continue the Git operations. But if you've not initialized Git, you're going to see Git operation. Then you could be able to actually set up Git at initial stage of that. I'm assuming you already know how to initialize your Git from this place. So if you don't have a repository, then you will find an option to actually create a new repository in this particular project, which is already done. Now I'm going to go ahead and create a new branch, like I said. So I'm just going to tap here. I'm going to do new branch. You can also do new branch from Git operations. You can see there, you can create a new branch here. So it's either ways. So I'm going to do a new branch, and I'm going to call this feature branch, like we saw on the sticker, feature branch. And I'm going to check out. I'm going to tick on this so that I will check out to that branch. So what I'm trying to do is that if I create this new feature branch, I'm going to switch to that branch as my current working branch. So if you see, I'm currently on feature branch now. So what happened was I created a new branch from the original copy of main. So they have exact working copies, right? So now the challenge is that I started working, and I'm working, and I've actually done a whole lot of works, put a lot of works, and along the line I deleted this particular code. All right, I'm thinking this code is redundant, I don't need it again. Maybe probably when someone merged a particular code from the main branch, and I'm trying to update my own branch with this particular stuff, and then along the line I deleted this, not knowing that this is still needed. So I'm just going to commit this removal so that it becomes part of this project. So I'm going to do removed redundant. So I'm going to go ahead and commit. So it's saying I have one error. Yeah, because it's found that there's some errors, but I'm going to go ahead and commit that because this is intentional now. All right, so if you've committed this code, then you're also working, and then you find that this is not actually what you're supposed to do. I don't know how to copy back all those lines of code. So if I switch back to the other branch, I'm just going to do main, check out to main, and I can see that there's no errors on this particular branch, right? So I'm going to switch back to the other version, to feature branch, and I'm going to check out. So if the trick here is actually to compare these two things to see what the difference are. So I'm going to quickly just do right click on top of that error branch or the error file where you're having these issues, where you're trying to resolve the issues, and carefully we're going to do a comparison check. So I'm going to go to Git. If on top of that particular file, right click on top of it, then you go to Git, go to compare with branch. You can see that here. And then compare with branch, what branch main. Most of the time, if you have multiple branches, like you have master, develop, and all other stuff, depending on where your original copy is coming from, you can actually compare that. So I'm comparing that with main because main is actually the original that actually created this copy from. So when you check out this, you can see that I have a new update here by the left side saying that from line 53 down, I am missing out this guy. This is the difference. So you can see on my own, and I have int counter equals 0 here, and I'm also having this override here. So meaning that this is what is missing. So if I found this to be the 1000 line of code that I've actually messed up, I can quickly just take it from here, all right, and everything will be fine. And that's just it. So all I need is just to commit this code, and I can now check. Before I do that, I'm just going to show you a quick way you can also check this on the terminals. I'm going to do git diff, which is different of master with our feature branch. So sorry, that's wrong because I'm actually on main instead of master. So you can see right here that this is the difference, which is exactly what I showed you right here, right? So you can also do that on the terminal as well, but that's just basically what we want to achieve. So I'm going to go ahead and go back and commit this restoration flow here. I'm going to do restore deleted. All right, so I'm just going to do commit. So, and that's it. That's it for this video. And if you like this video and you also want something like this often on this channel, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell, and also leave a comment so that people can actually be able to find this. I'm going to be doing quick fixes like this in this particular playlist. So I'll see you on the next one.